What thrills me the most are my grandchildren. For the past 27 years, watching them grow up is truly a joy that has no equal. My husband Bill and I have 6 children and 14 grandchildren living out west and in the Midwest. We visit often, or they visit us as time allows. Their scholastic achievements are many, as are their varied extracurricular activities. They're always on the move. When I'm passionate about something, I'm eager to be supportive at any level. The Naples Botanical Garden is an amazing jewel within our community. The garden offers not only exquisite beauty, the educational values are many. Watching the joy in faces of children in the butterfly garden is heartwarming. Observing children of all ages, from 2 to 92, appreciate nature excites me and influences my growth and participation in the Naples community.
I was asked what gets me excited and driven to achieve. It's funny how you never think about what drives you until somebody asks. Part of my answer is how I was raised. My mother was a very independent woman and a real doer. She would tackle anything and everything. When my father was out of town on business one week, she even painted the outside of our house to surprise him. I mean, she did it by herself. The house looked so different, my dad drove right by it on his way home. My father believed you could do whatever you set your mind to, and he demonstrated that every day through hard work. So I learned early on, determination leads to accomplishment. Set your mind to something and you can make it happen. I also had a few great mentors throughout my career that helped me build upon my childhood lessons. One in particular instilled in me the need to do something meaningful and to make a difference. So these 3 thoughts, determination, accomplishment, and make a difference, have pretty much directed my life. I see these same traits in every student and teacher we encounter through Champions for Learning. Their desire and willingness to work for what matters to them shows in everything they do. The students know what they accomplish will affect not just their life, but their whole family. And the teachers want desperately to make a difference in every student. That makes me excited. That makes me want to do whatever I can to help.
Creating and building new programs within social service organizations is exciting for me. Bringing together well-established organizations and leveraging their respective powers to create new ways of transforming the lives of the most vulnerable in our society, that is very exciting for me, especially when these efforts produce positive, measurable, and sustainable results. Let me share 2 examples. I worked with a team of enthusiastic volunteers, academics, religious and business professionals to create a 100-year alliance signed by the presidents of the University of Notre Dame and Catholic Charities USA. To this day, the alliance continues to benefit individuals and families living in poverty by harnessing the academic, business, and community resources of both institutions. Closer to home, Christ Child Society of Naples, a multi-denominational group of women, demonstrated its commitment to the underserved children of Collier County by creating and funding the Christ Child Society of Naples Habitat Scholars Fund. This innovative program benefits high-achieving students living in habitat communities and creates a new, life-affirming partnership for these 2 well-respected organizations. The education provided by the Christ Child Habitat Scholarships will forever transform not only the lives of the scholarship winners and their families, but our entire community as well. And that will be exciting for all of us.
When I think about the many volunteer projects I've been involved with, and what it is about each of them that inspires me, it always comes back to one thing: the relationships I've made and fostered with others who share the same passion for service. I've been blessed to support many worthy organizations during not only my 20 years as a full-time Naples resident, but even as far back as my days as a 12-year-old wide-eyed hospital candy striper in Pennsylvania. Now, decades later, I'm proud to be associated with 10 years of service as a board member of the Naples Senior Center at Jewish Family and Community Services. The CEO of the Senior Center, Jackie Pfaffer, nominated me to be a woman of initiative. We have an incredible board of directors. While our directors are all strong individually, as a group, we're frankly unstoppable. Each time we meet, we motivate each other to keep on going, regardless of obstacles, and do the best we can for the many deserving seniors in our community. After more than 65 years as a volunteer in the several communities I have called home, I'm so appreciative of this incredible recognition. It is a great honor. Thank you.
My drive and inspiration to achieve comes from the ability to surround myself with positive and honest role models and change makers in both my personal and professional life. I am blessed to have been raised by two strong, determined parents who have, and still do, inspire me to make good choices and take responsibility for both my successes and failures. My husband Brian, of 19 years, continues to be my #1 cheerleader and best friend, who not only brings a different perspective to my ideas, but also a sense of reality. My two children, Brandon and Chloe, inspire me, as well as challenge me to not only be a positive role model and parent, but to understand that growing up in today's world can be quite demanding. Lastly, I'm constantly energized by the women and men who tirelessly and unselfishly work to better our community. Their inspiration, creativity, energy, and passion makes me want to be a better person each and every day. Today, my closest friends are the people I have met through the years, which share my same enthusiasm for philanthropy. Together, we work hard and play hard while inspiring others to do the same.
The power of connections keeps me driven to achieve more. Through the Sheriff's Office, I'm empowered to connect people, organizations, and resources to help one another. When we collaborate in new and unique ways, and when those connections click and our community is made better, I'm driven and inspired to do even more. With the foundation of strong community engagement, we're able to amplify the impacts during critical times such as Hurricane Irma. As the voice of the Sheriff's Office on social media, I was able to connect with hundreds of thousands of our residents and their families all over the world. For 11 long days and nights, we were united in a mission. We shared and worked together to keep each other safe, calm, uplifted, and encouraged that better days were on the way. Through that collaboration, we were able to bring a sense of calm to a community in chaos. People still tell me that those nightly messages on social media were what got them through the crisis. But the truth is, together, we created a very powerful connection and got each other through that catastrophe.
My mother was a strong and highly educated woman. I attended Mount Holyoke College for Women, where we were told we could be anything we wanted to be. This background gave me the confidence to look for challenges and to work for the vulnerable and underserved in our society. From obtaining an MBA from the almost all-male Wharton School in the 1970s, to starting a bank in Philadelphia and becoming its president, I have thrived on challenging the status quo. I was excited by the challenges of organizing low-income communities to build safe and decent housing, of encouraging and mentoring women entrepreneurs in Philadelphia, and of being part of a management team turning around a failing bank in San Francisco, which saved 1,000 jobs. But my most rewarding challenge has been working with Planned Parenthood to assure that women are able to get the health care they need and deserve, whether they have the money to pay for it or not, to help women remain healthy and become educated and able to make the important lifelong family planning decisions so that they too have the opportunity to be whatever they want to be.
Our question was, what gets you excited and driven to achieve? I don't think I ever thought of it that way, to achieve. It makes it sound too much like it's about me, and that's just not it. It's not about me. I've always been excited to make things happen, good things for the community, but always with others. None of us are as smart as all of us. I learned this as a young woman working with the Junior League of Buffalo. In Naples, it's the League Club. Being part of a team and adding a lot of good to the community. I learned this from being in the right place at the right time to start and build the volunteer corps for Hospice Buffalo, back when no one knew what hospice was, and everyone, from the medical staff to the office assistants, were volunteers. We evolved into a true Warren Bennis great group, where none of us were as smart as all of us. I learned this from founding and running Leadership Buffalo for 16 years and from membership and board service with Greater Naples Leadership. I learned this from starting the volunteer program at Frank Lloyd Wright's Darwin D. Martin House and Complex in Buffalo and working on the board for the past 20 years. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes I get to lead the charge, and sometimes, like with the wonderful Women of Trinity Board, I get to play a small role. And finally, and perhaps most significantly, I've learned this from co-founding Laces of Love with Jeannie Nealon and Mary Mirmo, and an amazing group of women and men, working as another great group to get new shoes on the feet of kids in need. So you see, it's not about me or my achieving anything. It's about working with teams of people whose mission is to do good work in the community, to make things happen. But it's always with others. After all, that's the fun.
What gets me excited is waking up every day to see what the universe is sending my way. It's connecting people and working together. It's being a force for love and kindness, making the lives of others better. 2 examples. As a guardian ad litem for Collier County, I had the case of a teenaged girl living at Youth Haven. They told me she had been in the system since she was 8 and had nobody. I was privileged to become her somebody. Today she's 21 years old and we're still together. She calls me the mom she never had. And she's in training to become a guardian ad litem. Another is Christmas time at the shelter for abused women and children. Watching a little boy run up to Santa, throw his arms around Santa's legs, and joyfully shout, "Santa, you found us!" It's seeing the faces of the children opening their presents and the tears of gratitude in the eyes of their moms. There are no words to describe it. It's overwhelming love and joy. Truly, I receive far more than I give.
I have given the question of what gets me excited to achieve much thought over the past few weeks, and I always come to the same conclusion. People. People of all ages provoke in me the most interesting and exciting opportunities to strive towards a better world. I can revert to my childhood and the enthusiasm instilled in me by my mother, who was a school teacher. She always encouraged the desire to help serve people in a positive way whenever possible, and to believe in myself. My children, Robert, Amy, and Susan, are next in line as far as my desire to achieve. They, thankfully, are all achievers in their own fields of interest. I couldn't be prouder. I was given the opportunity to continue fulfilling the desire to achieve in the area of education by being honored to ask to serve on the board of the Guadalupe Center in Immokalee, and subsequently serve as chair of the board. Every day, I see the potential that Guadalupe provides our kids to become achievers as well. The resources they are provided with would never happen without the input of our Naples community and their generosity on so many levels. I'm so proud of our mission that continues to grow beyond my wildest expectations. I wake up every day knowing the excitement that awaits me out there in our world of people, especially our kids at the Guadalupe Center, who give me the incentive to continue on this exciting path. I got a fortune cookie that had a wonderful saying. That is, not having a goal is more to be feared than not reaching one.